Which you can't do. Right, so here, I know I'm in a bad spot, and I can't be fifth because I don't know either one of these guys. I need to be behind at least Simon because he usually wins.
Yeah. See, I took the outside line, you took the inside line, which was the safer line because everyone wants to swing outwards. And that's the thing, you guys tend to have faster. Roll out and see it was just
Simon came in hot.
Yeah, well, he's losing the wheel already, right? Like, he had a little bit of a poor remount.
And the guy in front is a mountain biker, and his wheels are like not 33, they're larger.
You guys took that corner.
This is a good setup for that downhill off camber.
So now you're like, you're on Simon's wheel. You see this guy getting away.
I'm tired. I'm tired. That's why I'm not passing. Plus, it was really soft there, so an acceleration would cost more than in other areas.
Yeah.
The other thing is the guy that was in first right now is an unknown entity. I wasn't sure if he was just doing a one hot lap or not. So I knew nothing about him, and Simon knew nothing about him.
Yeah, you guys catch the end of the A's. Oh man! Oh man! You pinched him a bit there.
No.
That was pretty.
There's lots of room.
Not really. There's a jut out post. Yeah, I mean, you carried a lot of speed up that hill that first time when you're fresh. I feel like I was maybe not progressively slower, but working progressively harder to.
So there's a little faster line that we had reconned earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I ended up taking the entire race. I think, So what are your thoughts on you potentially being the? Do you think Simon thought that he had the higher power over like flats than you did?
I don't know. He's just fast and aggressive.
Yeah, like,
Which, if you're fast and aggressive in cross, it helps.
yeah.
Whereas today I was trying to be fast and patient.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because you guys are already in traffic.
Yeah. That's where being in front,
Yeah.
you can pass when you want to pass, do a more strategic pass, and leaves the guy behind you and slow you down if you're behind by a couple of seconds.
Yeah, but how do you feel like when you've worked hard to get separation between people behind you, and then you get behind, this guy that is unaware that you even existed, apparently,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And is still like, I'm gonna fight you for this line, and slow you down.
So, I don't know, like the exchange, I told that guy that I was going to pass on the right, and he gave me room on the left, so most of the time people are polite about it, which is nice.
Yeah. And you guys...
like here, I noticed that guy looked left, so I'm going to go right and then try to take a clean line.
Yeah.
The only problem is when it's like 2 or 3 people wide and you can't pass, or if it's a real technical couple of corners and you can't pass even if it's just one person.
That's pretty smooth. think I was having a little bit of rough time with that pass corner because of that little bit of sand. I just didn't want to wash out at all.
Yep. There was
Yeah.
there was a good line through there, but on stuff like that, it's if you're patient, what is it? Gas station food cyclist or something always says, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So I was trying to channel that for some of these sections, and I'm still in third for Masters.
Yeah, right.
Here.
It's that guy right in front of the Simon, who's in the red and black, the two red and blacks, and not the guy with the yellow helmet.
It's funny right here. Thought process is, well, today's not my day as I watch these guys.
Yeah, it looks like you're and Simon looks back there for a quick second and see where you're at, and
it'd be nice to have heart rate data right now.
you were taking that corner, that downhill, way better than me.
That was my favorite part. I'll check this out. How I get through here, I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. That's good. Where did you pass? You already passed Jason somehow. That's crazy.
On lap 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So and here's a pretty big choke point. So I know the guy in first has all these dudes to pass.
See, now that was quite a bit slower than the first lap.
I was dying.
Yeah. But for me, this line was getting faster and faster as it got redded. Did you unclip there?
Nope.
No? Okay. Yeah, see, this looks a little rough because you're going into a...
I was hoping to come over the top of him before this little part.
Yeah, you could just tell his body, he's given up. You know, he's just...
Yeah. I should have went to the outside, but... See, I asked for pass on the right, and he gives me the spot. This corner was hard because there was so much sand.
Yeah.
It was hard for me anyway. See later.
Yeah, and that, as I was making up spots in my race, or at least time up in that section from some of the lesser technical riders, I guess. Okay, now he's starting to fade, or you just were smoother.
He goes a little bit smoother through the barriers, but he's fighting with these two guys, and I don't have to fight with anybody, which makes life easier.
Yeah.
And then the nice thing about being patient is we're about to come to this pedal section through the start finish.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I got to get around both of these guys while I can.
Yeah, it's like you're just being patient. It's like there was a window, and it's like you could definitely think about trying to pass on that first.
Yeah, but I know I can come through the barriers here quicker. I don't like fighting in corners if you don't have to. It's where you can potentially lose a lot more time and energy. guy's smooth.
Got them wide tires.
Mountain bike skill. I hated that corner.
Yeah, so did I. It gave me issues, and having someone fall right in front of you in that corner just kind of throws you for a few laps. And then you're... There's me. There's...
This guy in the front of this is on a single speed right now. He's a really good Masters racer.
Yeah. Just doing a quick count to the gap there. Gap time is pretty close. I wonder.
You know, I've taken the lead
Yeah,
first.
right. And what do you think happened there? Did he just...
He was following the single speeder, so I don't know if he was
Yeah,
feeling a little tired.
Yeah, he just didn't go past. He needed to pass that guy. He got complacent.
Well, especially before the climb.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be
Faster.
using your gears.
Yeah. Do you remember how consistent you were with your lap times?
No.
No.
You look pretty good until actually even later when I kind of try to ride a little safer in certain spots, but a little faster in others.
Mm-hmm. What do you think was the hardest part of this course?
Oh, by far. Well, I'll show you when it. Well, for me, I'll show you when it comes up. I like this part. I could use this part to recover a little bit. You just couldn't go that fast. It's all the corners.
Yeah. And this course was super short. Got a lot of practice on all of them, and we just whiffed there. It was like, maybe not. Let's see. I wonder what happened there. Just
So a hard time on the remount. There, I think that's you. And pretty much at this point in time, well, for me,
no one passes you back at all. Just
no. This is gonna be. I think it's either this lap or the next lap where I fall down. Just mentally got unfocused and took a bad corner.
Yeah, I can tell consistently you're better in that last corner before the barriers than I am. For whatever reason, I didn't ever want to push near that bush.
I just found a good line
No,
early. And it was like, it just felt. It was like, oh, that's the good line.
Yeah.
And just kept hitting it.
Okay, so the mountain biker's still a little bit close.
And then this guy in front of me with the high yellow socks is on a mountain bike as well. That this section was the hardest for me.
Yeah.
It's like, do you go low? Do you go high? What's firmer? What's not?
Yeah. Okay. So that.
We pretty much stay even the whole rest of the race.
Yeah, which is interesting because I'm moving forward in my race at that point, and I just. Yeah. Or people are moving back more than I'm moving forward. Because the guy in front of us, or you right now, I mean, I think he had the first lap best time. He just explodes.
This guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure there is where he fell in front of me in that downhill section. Downhill divot. So, yeah,
well, this guy's
he's
on a
got
lefty.
gears. But he's got, yeah. He's got gears and big tires.
This is funny. So he's not going fast enough. I want to pass on the inside, but I can't.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of these guys, they feel you there, and they you know, get a little bit of boost from that, adrenaline from that, and try to stop you, but they don't know you're not in their race.
So there's a little jail cell off to the right. I don't know what that was from. I never saw it the whole race. I never saw it when I previewed this video, and then I was watching it with Vlad and Dorota, and they're like, "Hey, what's that little jail thing?"
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they were able to use more of this park than they did. And you know about me, I'm anti tree turns. Really just riding over roots of trees, but the course to me flowed really well. And this guy's like a highlighter. Man.
He's strong though. I chase him like the entire race.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, you see this guy here, and he's like all upright on a mountain bike, and the wind was coming straight at us here, off your right shoulder a little bit.
Yeah, I never registered wind.
No.
I was hurting too bad. Well, you can see the tape. The trees aren't moving too much, so.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, you see the dust there. How. I mean, you can see the tape going. It's hard to see the trees, but of course there's no flagpole. Yeah, there's. Okay, I think I just saw Simon on the.
Yeah, I haven't been checking back. I've been riding as hard as I can, and I'm about to get a surprise here in a little bit. So props to this guy in the base media kit with the white shirt. He's on a single speed, and I haven't caught him yet. We're pretty deep into the race. I just couldn't figure out how to take that section fast. Ugh.
One of the things I had hard enough time shifting fast enough to get enough speed through this section.
Mm-hmm. This section
it was
right
like,
here.
Yeah, it's like I wanted to be on the power on that straightaway before I made that turn past the tree.
God,
so
I
that
died going into this hill.
Yeah. Well, so that you could recover.
Well, and then he and I he makes a good pass, but it was aggressive. Ends up clipping me in the shoulder pretty hard, and I get a little mouthy right here, which later on I felt happy that I apologized to each other in the parking lot. But yeah, aggressive move on the inside.
It's
No, it's interesting too is being from the east side and then going out west to the west side of the state for races. We don't
know a lot of
we
these
don't
guys.
know most of these people.
Yeah, but he's racing. Putting a shoulder into you in a slow section, and you're not in the same race. And you're racing, if you're in his race, you're racing for,
At this spot, probably
Fif-
11th, 12th.
15th.
Yeah, no, he'll move up. Oh, watch this. So, right there.
Yeah.
And then here comes Simon.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
So I was being stupid. Let something get in my head that shouldn't have got in my head, and then wasn't thinking my way through that corner. And Simon's gonna make me pay for it.
Yeah. So he's come back.
And then mentally, I don't even know where the other guy is. Like I was so focused on just trying to go forward as best I could.
Okay. So we finally get down into the lap card. 6 laps to go here.
Which is maybe half the race is over. I think it was a 12 or 13 lap race.
Yeah. Right. It was a lot. It was many. And see, he kind of double clutched that. Ends up the slower line, but you're still unable to.
Yeah, couldn't. Well, and I don't want to come over the top. I want to not necessarily take a rest, but let somebody else kind of dictate the pace.
Yeah.
And then I look for weaknesses or if later on, like what lines they like to take or what line I might need to might be open so I can overtake them on the last lap with a good attack. Or
So one of the things that I think that just watching Simon there is his barriers could be faster. He's running 4 steps before them.
yeah, he's smooth. I don't know. He beats me on a consistent level.
Yeah, but I mean, just look at how much.
Yeah, I'd have
It's
to
like-
see like a side by side
It's
to smooth it out. Because once you get in practice barriers and then race barriers are two just totally different things. I love the pictures of the coming over the top of the barriers when I'm going full gas.
Yeah.
And pull some funny faces. I think that's a lapped rider.
Yeah, buddy.
There's a nice guy taking a wide line, letting us come through.
Yeah. So I mean, you're thinking that the guy was for 11th, but you've already passed
Well, those guys are
4
lapped.
guys. Oh,
Yeah.
lapped like more than once, lapped, or
I don't know.
were you just lapping them? You're doing fast going uphill.
Yeah.
See, that's a lot faster than everything other than your first.
Yeah. Sometimes I
time
can snap it, and then sometimes I just couldn't. But I think I crashed and kind of took a couple of deep breaths, and I was feeling good at that point.
Yeah.
Now I'm just kind of going all in on this move.
Yeah. You've made the pass, and you're just gonna make it hard. And yeah, I think one of the things is that you just got to realize where your rests are going to come from, and that downhill off of the hill is a good rest.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pedaling through the tree chicane until you get to that long straightaway, and that long straightaway is not like a sprint effort. It's a little bit longer of an effort.
God, I hated this turn so much. Now I'm trying to take the safer
Super
line,
wide, yeah.
like off of the deep sand,
Mm-hmm.
and push the tape a little bit.
Yeah, you did a little bit of a sprint out of that corner. Is that just because you felt like you had slowed down because you took the safer line?
No, I was when I attacked Simon, I just wanted to keep going. So put in a good hard lap, half a lap, and then settle back in.
Yeah, and you're coming back to that highlighter. Where's your, if you were, say, you know, you're in first place here, but if you weren't, where would you be kind of checking, you know, there's spots where you can see where riders are at on the course, and would you be keeping an eye on gaps?
Yeah, a little bit. So there was like 3 spots that you could check, and then this was one of them where you had to put all your attention into this downhill off camber, and then on the uphill you can look up and see.
Yeah, because it's slow, it bunches.
Yep. I wonder if anybody ever dialed that corner in. Or if everybody
Sure.
just had to take it slow and thought they
You know,
were terrible.
I don't think so. I think because I saw a video of Sam taking that uphill rooted thing, and he's basically like floats up it, you know, and so the level of difference.
Watts per kilo.
Well, I don't even know if it was that, if it was just
Is you.
the right effort into it. The right gearing, the right.
Yeah. This was another good part right here. You could see who was coming and who wasn't.
Yeah.
And then on this downhill, after the
Yeah, right.
uphill 180.
Right here, but you can kind of get a little distracted by the trees. At least I could.
Yeah. Well, this going this way was a more difficult part, so it was harder to focus.
Yeah.
But on a downhill, like you were saying, where I would use that as rest. Right here is when you could start looking up.
Yeah. Well, my race at this point, I'm on one of the guys I know I'm of similar abilities wheel and just trying to hold on. We had we moved up a bit, but like you see from the start, it was just kind of started and stayed. So I need to work on my starts a little bit better.
You know, if you fix your start, it's a free 5 places, and then you're not having to fight those 5 people for those 5 places. And if they come around you, fine, but
Right.
you want to put yourself in the best position possible. Also, like on your starts, you don't want to be going in front of people who you know are clearly better than you. Use them to show you the good lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so you started on the right side, just really kind of right of center, and I was on the left side, which was shorter but slower.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's like one simple mistake, because I had to filter in right around here, where people from the outside, which were carrying a lot more speed, were kind of coming in.
Yep.
And then you're out here, where people are trying to dart in and taking this line all the way to the stake.
And so, if there's a corner close to the start, always line up on the side where you can go outside to inside, because inside to inside is bad news.
Yeah, and I mean these starts in these races are a bit chaotic because there's no gridding, no call-ups. It's just first come, first serve. Is that the guy we cooled down with, that Adam?
Was that him in front?
Yeah, he he did a good job. Lasted 35, 40 minutes on.
I could have swore I just heard the dude on the speaker say 6 to go.
Oh.
Which I like the short laps in one hand because you could figure out the course real easy. You got more experience, but on the other hand, you just saw how many laps it was gonna be. It was so daunting.
Yeah.
God, I was dying through there. That's the one thing I never figured this section out.
It's just power.
Yeah.
Just yeah. See, there's me. I'm just on his wheel, and I raced. I didn't go as hard because I just sat there.
Gotta take your chances.
Yeah. Well.
Come on, Simon, come on.
So that's Simon in third. So I was feeling pretty good at this point because the guy that was leading for so long I had that whole downhill and then uphill and the corner on him.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with Simon, who's always just so fast. I had a pretty good lead on at this point, and I was feeling pretty good.
Till right here.
Hip flexors were exploding. I know, I just couldn't. Sometimes I'd have that uphill dialed in, and other times not so much, and I wasn't sure if it was a gearing or what.
Yeah, and you had I think the Wednesday before we threw on a new
Everything
to your bike, so a little new to your gearing overall. At least it wasn't the Friday night before.
Yeah. This was my favorite part. This pedal section right here.
looking back, I don't even think that I had a favorite part or a good part or a part that I did well. Just kind of did it. I don't know. I know that this corner right here gave me issues.
This one was terrible.
Yeah. I can see everybody having issues. I mean, some people that are okay with just drifting.
It was the front wheel drift that gave me the problem.
Yeah.
Let's see how many laps are left here.
Yeah,
5 laps to go. Yeah, it's terrible. And right now I'm like praying that Alex or Sam or somebody's gonna lap us. And it's a short course, so I was like, definitely we're gonna get lapped. I'll get a free lap. I won't have to pull me out of my misery sooner. Not the case.
I'm surprised that they didn't, honestly, lap me, at least.
And you're still 29 seconds in front of me.
Yeah, it doesn't quite.
Oh.
Yeah, he like I said, he I don't know,
Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, well, he tried to hold on, and yeah.
Oh my God, I have those brakes looked at.
You do?
Yeah, did you hear that noise? That's where the bike is right now, in the shop, getting tuned up.
Yeah, they're gonna have it by this weekend.
Supposed to. Otherwise, I'll be racing on a mountain bike, full suspension.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
it's good. You know, that guy you just passed. He's on Canties. He's the Cat 5 state champion.
Are there cantilevers?
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop.
You know, on a day like today, there's probably not that much difference.
No.
Let's see,
Yeah, no real
still-
reason to brake.
Still on that guy's wheel, just
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah, you know, there's something that I do too much on his cross is braking. Brake too early, you know, too much. And it's like one of those things. You should be braking. If you're going to brake to that turn, you want to brake before the turn, or right before it, and then start pedaling as soon as you can past the apex of it, right?
Yep. And
watching some of my other races, it's like the sooner you get back on that pedal, you know, that's, you know, over an hour race, you're talking about seconds that you gain on just by like 1 or 2 pedal strokes from somebody potentially.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I wish they had gone into this hill in this backside of the course a little bit. It's
Go up and do a 180 and come back down.
yeah, something. There's plenty of room. I don't know if you've seen any of the maps, course maps for that Vine Cross that was this weekend after this race, and it looked like a peddler's dream.
Yeah.
But it was up in the middle of...
Was it in UP?
No, it was in Traverse, I think. Vineyard 44 or 42 or something like that.
Cool.
It did. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. Yeah, see, I mean, I think that's the fast line that you just took there.
To go down a little further, out of the sand. I don't know. I just never felt comfortable.
Yeah.
This speed merchant guy in front of me on the mountain bike. Like, at this point, I'm more worried about keeping my first place in Masters and doing something not smart or exploding on the bike because of untimely attack. So part of me wants to race the guy in front of me, but he's technically not in the race. But man, is he consistent.
Do you have any idea of where Simon is at this point?
Yeah, I've been at that point. I've been taking a look back at second and third place, who I think was one guy was 10 seconds and one guy was like 25 seconds. So, but it was like the same every lap at the checkpoint.
Yeah, he's there.
And I'm saving just a little bit of gas.
So that's the third place rider that just was on the right there. Yeah, he's pretty here.
I'm surprised the grass held up in that corner so well. This was a super fun section, those downhill off cambers.
Yeah, fun. Yeah.
God, I was so bad today.
So, well, yeah, I mean, I was like 100% on the brakes.
Except that part, when you came out of that crappy corner, all the way up to about here, you could smash it.
Yeah.
And then what I found was I was trying to put in a small attack there, and then shift down and spin over this lighter stuff, and it seemed to be better. So even though I knew I had a slow section in there.
See, I'm off his wheel now.
Yeah, Michael.
Is that the Ann Arbor guy?
Yeah.
You should have been attacking him.
Yeah, I should have, but I kind of thought that I was in a better place than I was. But you can see I'm pretty much back. Oh no, that's not me. Nope. See, it seems like you're catching me.
I think it's because there were the sections that I was going hard on purposefully to stay out front because there were more pedal sections, and then I would slow it down and take less chances in the tricky section. So in some courses, parts of the course, it looks like I'm closing, and in other parts, it looks like I'm coming back. Like that section, I was going progressively slower each lap.
It's interesting.
But then here, it would be full in the drops.
Yeah, what do you think? You know, were you 100%, 120?
No, actually, and I'm still saving. So I mean, I could have been out of the saddle accelerating into that corner. I could have probably closed the gap onto the Speed Merchants guy if I wanted to.
Yeah. So you think you're probably like somewhere around 100% or FTP-ish?
Oh, easily.
Yeah. But not like 130. Like not.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to dig too deep a hole. I wanted to, in case that second place or Simon, who's in third place, if they started to move up, I wanted to have a hot lap left in the tank.
And that, I guess, how do you know that you, how do you, so obviously you want to go as hard as you can while leaving that little extra in the tank, but what is that level, and how do you try to regulate that? I mean, so you're out in front, you're looking back, you're trying to keep gaps, but if you're in second place and I guess you just gotta go as fast as you can.
Yeah.
You're in second place.
So
right?
in second place, and you got to move up. You start taking calculated risks, like not breaking through certain corners, or standing up out of every corner to sprint and accelerate and get back up to speed.
What's your mindset there? Is just
When you're in second,
You're not first, you're last, Ricky Bobby.
I don't know. Well, I mean, and that's the joy of cross is truthfully, once somebody's got 10, 15 seconds on you, it's been established. I mean, at that point, you're kind of where you're at. You got to wait for somebody else to make mistakes, which is possible. Like you saw me crash in that corner. Like all it does is it just takes, and you see it, the pros do it even.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody will be way out front, and then whoop, they go down, and the other guy doesn't go down, and you make up 15 seconds, and all of a sudden it's back on.
Yeah, I mean, but you watch some of these races, and you're in races, and it's say the gap is 15 seconds, and for me, I'm worried about those people that I know they're behind me 15 seconds, but I also don't have the similar mindset that I can make that up, and it's just how do you flip that switch into I need to make up that 15 seconds and not say worry about the people behind me.
I don't know.
You gotta do both.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a mindset. Like here, I feel comfortable because I keep measuring my gap back to second place, and it keeps staying the same. So I stay with the same mindset of taking it safe through the hard corners and putting a little more emphasis on the parts where I know I can put down power and it's safe. But when I was in the beginning of the race when I'm in third place and those guys are starting to get a little bit of distance on me, my head's telling me, well, you can't go any harder, just stay here and hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it worked out in this particular race, but
yeah, right.
And then when you see me attack Simon a couple of times to move up, I mean that's the second place thinking is you got to start attacking people, or if they're up the road, you got to start attacking where you think they're not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, okay, now you see that that's not your race.
Right.
That's not your
It's
race.
not.
That's
There
not
it is. So
Yeah,
I've
that's-
extended
That's a big...
my lead a little bit. So I'm feeling, and there's only like 3 laps left, so.
I mean, that's 15 minutes.
Yeah, on this, pretty much.
Yeah, you've
Yeah, let that guy go.
let that guy go. Yeah, that looked like
Which is I don't know, which is weird. Maybe I should have been racing him, but yeah, I quit paying attention to like where he was strong, or because there's clearly, as I go watch this again, like there's points where I close it in on him, and then there's points where he really opens it up.
Yeah, right. And okay, I mean, that's a mistake that
Maybe on
that
my
I
part.
made. Well, not. I mean, that's not your race, right? But for me, I,
That was a
Ann
bad
Arbor
call.
guy was having a hard time in these corners, and I had multiple chances to attack him and didn't, right? And it's and in the end he gets away from me, and
Well, his power profile is when he can pedal hard, he pedals really hard.
Yeah.
So you have to take advantage of, no one's a perfect racer. Everybody's better at one thing and not as good as the other. So you got to take advantage of them when they're not at their best.
Yeah, right. So me attacking into those corners where he would have to accelerate and for a steady state guy like that, I know that guy is, it would hurt him more than it would hurt me. And I would still be going at my own pace versus following him and all that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes you play to your strengths, and other times when you race, you got to play to other people's weaknesses or what you think their perceived weaknesses are. But that's how you learn the competition. God, this race was so long.
Well, I mean, it was 55 minutes in total, I think, 57.
59.
59?
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came pretty close to the full.
To the hour. Yeah, it was
Hour.
55 for Sam. Or like the guys that were like 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Or even the top 5. We had the out-of-state guy from Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good long race. It felt longer because of all the laps.
8,000 laps, yeah.
12 or 13 laps. Yeah, and like you said, that hill. It's like, where do you go?
That's the measurement for like the last 5 laps. I'm like, okay. The whole rest of the course I didn't care about. It's like this.
Where's Mike coming by this corner to see
No.
where my time is?
Well, no. So I really enjoyed this part. You could sit and spin and put down good watts, and it was efficient and take a really nice corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then this part was nice because it was so firm and you could really pedal through it. But this uphill was just tearing me up.
We're going to see you're getting pretty close to where I'm at right now. No, that's not me.
No. And I keep trying to figure it out. Like, is there a right side to take? Is there a right speed? I think I had to attack into it a little bit more and shift down an extra gear.
Yeah. And we're starting to get into even more traffic. That is... So in this section, I was trying to, it's interesting. It's like I know I probably should have been way higher than I was, but I was always scared about this little uphill at the end of it, and so I wasn't putting down power through this section.
This section, yeah, you had to be smooth, right? So going back to
you did
smooth is fast.
I mean, you still could have been faster, because I just didn't want to get stalled out right there.
Yeah. That's how every lap I'd come in and almost stall, and then take a breath and then put down some power and get back to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to go through and watch how smooth, like some of the 1, 2, 3 guys come up and over the top.
Yeah. Just keeps going, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And then, like, no one's in front of me, no one's behind me, so it's like, what do you even?
Yeah.
What do you even do?
People have no idea what's going on in the race.
I should have stayed with that speed merchant guy if I could have. But you can tell too in a hour race or hour long race, like as it comes to the end, like clearly that dude's got way more fitness than I do because he can stay more consistent off the front.
Yeah, well, he's right there.
I don't know,
But
it's stretching out pretty bad.
Yeah, I was a lot of ways same last year with you guys passing me, and it's like, yeah, you know, I really should. It's just it's hard when you know you don't have to.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if
it's like it's gonna hurt to do it,
yeah.
right?
If somebody faster comes from behind and I have something, I always try to stay with them for a little bit longer, just to kind of like Scotty was lapping me at the race before this one. I tried to stay with him for as long as I could just to see, you know, how does he go through corners? Does he take different lines? To try to learn a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes you can surprise yourself where you've been taking a corner a certain way, and then if you decide just to follow somebody and they're going 3 miles an hour, you're like, oh, I can make it through going that fast.
Yeah, like this one I'm sure could have been gone a lot faster, but you just don't see what's through those weeds. You don't want to
lose a tire.
Yeah, lose a tire.
There's no berm. There was nothing. I don't know.
It's like that. Could you take that wider, straighten it out a little bit more, and come in from a... But... See me bopping and weaving, I must have been giving it a little bit of an effort.
Yeah. Because you opened, usually you and I were passing right about there.
Yeah.
And you really opened it up. So maybe I died in the last couple of laps. That says second place right there.
Yeah, okay, so he's
closing in a little bit.
He must have recovered a little bit.
I think this is last lap.
Yeah, it is.
That's Jason.
It's 3 times?
Just twice.
Oh, yeah, right. It's the first time you're just going by him in the race, yeah. I mean, he did well in his beginner race, and then came to...
Yeah, second race of the day, go from beginner to elite.
See what an hour is like. It's,
I gotta tell you, last lap, this part was such a joy. Just no, this pretty much.
No worries.
Yeah, pretty much it's the last part where you can actually.
Yeah, you look like you're going quite fast here.
I stood up and sprinted, which I probably should have been doing every lap, but.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I need to do that. You know, you're a bit of more of a stand-up sprinter than I am, I think. In the saddle, putting down. But I needed to be putting down more.
Yeah. Well, you can sit and accelerate.
Yeah. But any of these corners that you were getting up, kind of mountain bike style for, or?
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured that corner out.
Somebody broke that tape, made it a little bit even harder. I always have this fear because, you know, in mountain bike courses on you know, elite level, they put the tape down kind of like hub level. In cyclocross, they put this tape right at your handlebar level.
So it could get wrapped up real nice.
Just get wrapped up really nice. And that's you know, I like to push the tape. I just fear that I'm going to get it stuck.
Oh, I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. And there it is.
You had a good last half lap.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I wonder, you know, you're in a race and you just have nothing to race for except for try to finish strong, and that's what he did. That was great. Great job.